Utah is burning through one of its toughest wildfire seasons anyone can remember, and the numbers coming out of the state right now should stop you cold. Over 474,000 acres have already gone up in flames in 2026, nearly 3 times what the entire previous year saw. That is not a slow burn across months. That is a season that has already outpaced almost everything on the books and still has weeks of dangerous weather ahead. Right in the middle of it sits the fire that has everyone's attention, the Widemouth 2 fire in central Utah. It is sitting at more than 84,000 acres with zero containment, still growing, still unpredictable, and the weather this weekend is not going to help. I want to walk you through what is actually happening on the ground so you understand why this matters, whether you live near the flames or just care about what is unfolding across the West. Before we continue, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates. So the official tally from Utah Fire Info shows 755 fires so far this year. Roughly half of them were started by people. Lightning accounts for a big share of the rest, but more than half of all the acres burned belong to fires whose cause is still under investigation. The Widemouth 2 is one of those. It started with what officials believe was a lightning strike on July 27th in the Fish Lake National Forest south of Kanosh. For a few days it behaved, then the winds shifted. On the night of August 1st, strong southerly winds shoved the fire 9 miles north in a single push. By morning, it had tripled. By Monday, it was past 68,000 acres. As of the latest reports, it sits around 84,200 acres, and firefighters are still not able to put a containment number on it. When the fire jumped its line south of Kanosh that Saturday night, the Forest Service made a hard call. They pulled crews completely off the front. The official statement said it plainly. With the speed of the growth, it was too dangerous to put firefighters in front of this fire. No amount of resources was going to stop the forward progress under the conditions they were facing. That kind of language from the agency running the show tells you everything about how extreme the behavior had become. The fire kept moving aggressively after dark, too. Overnight temperatures are staying warmer and humidity is staying lower than it used to, so the old pattern of fires settling down at night is not holding the way it once did. Fillmore, a town of about 2,800 people, has mandatory evacuations in place for the southeastern side, specifically east of State Route 99 between 500 South and 1600 South. Kanosh has orders for areas south of 300 South, Turkey Track Lane, and Cemetery Road. Meadow has mandatory evacuations for everything east of State Route 133 from Cemetery Road to Reservation Drive. An emergency shelter is open at the old National Guard Armory in Fillmore. The Paiute Indian Tribe of Utah declared a state of emergency early Sunday morning for the Kanosh Band Reservation and directed people to head to Fillmore. Even the county jail moved 40 inmates up to the state facility in Salt Lake City. Yet for all that size and speed, no structures have been lost. Zero homes. That is a credit to the crews who have been focused on structure protection while the fire kept expanding. The agricultural losses are real, though. More than 100 cattle are confirmed dead. 2 firefighters have minor injuries. Both the mayor of Fillmore and Millard County itself have signed emergency declarations. If you are traveling through central Utah, you need the road picture. Highway 91 is closed in the fire area. Corn Creek Road near Kanosh is closed. Roads east of 500 West near Meadow are closed. Interstate 15 between Kanosh and Fillmore is still open, but officials are asking people to stay off it unless they have to so emergency traffic can move. Potter's Pond Campground is shut down, and this is not the only fire making trouble. Up in Salt Lake County, a brush fire near Parley's Canyon forced temporary closures on Interstate 80 earlier this week. Elsewhere, the Black Canyon fire in Sanpete and Emery counties is around 800 acres, also zero containment, and has forced new evacuations east of Ephraim. The good news, such as it is, sits with the larger fires that are finally coming under control. The Babylon fire in San Juan County at over 107,000 acres is 95% contained. The Cottonwood fire in Beaver County, nearly 97,000 acres, is also at 95%. The Johnson Canyon fire in Box Elder County is about 6,900 acres and 65% contained, with solid progress this week. On the Widemouth 2 itself, roughly 420 people are assigned. The Great Basin Complex Incident Management Team 2 took command early Tuesday morning. They are working a mix of direct attack where the grounding conditions allow and indirect lines built out ahead of the fire. Helicopters and fixed-wing tankers have been flying constantly, dropping water and retardant near the towns. Resources are stretched. The Great Basin preparedness level is sitting at 4 out of 5. A Forest Service spokesperson put it simply, they are a little thin, which is the story across the West right now, and they have orders in for more crews. FEMA has approved a fire management assistance grant, so the federal government will cover 75% of the eligible costs. That helps, but it does not create more firefighters overnight. I also need to pause on something that still hurts. Back in June, 4 members of a specialized hell attack and aerial firefighting team were killed in a burnover on the Utah-Colorado border. Emily Barker, Nick Hutcherson, Nathan Matthews, and Sydney Watson. A 5th crew member survived with serious burns. Every decision being made on these fires right now carries the weight of that loss. Now look at the weather, because this is the part that could change everything in the next 3 days. Today in Fillmore, the National Weather Service is calling for areas of smoke, sunny skies, and a high near 97 with light winds. Overnight lows around 67 and more smoke after midnight. The Wasatch Front is cooler, around 90 in Salt Lake City, but that difference does not help the fire zone. Thursday looks hotter, patchy smoke, sunny, near 100 degrees. Red flag warnings are already up across multiple zones, including the San Rafael Swell, Manatee National Forest, Tavaputs Plateau, and the western Uinta Basin. Winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of 40 and 50, relative humidity down to 5 or 6%. Those are the numbers that turn a spark into a runaway fire in minutes. Friday and Saturday, the forecast stays brutal. Highs near 101 in Fillmore both days. Southern Utah is looking at 110. A high-pressure system parked over the Four Corners has been blocking monsoon moisture, while a low to the north has been feeding smoke from Oregon and Washington into northern Utah. Red flag conditions are expected again over the weekend with the same southwesterly winds that drove the Widemouth to 9 miles in one night. The mayor of Fillmore is especially worried about the drainages leading up toward Mount Catherine, where a big piece of the watershed has already burned. That is a water problem that will last long after the smoke clears. There is a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms starting Saturday night and continuing into next week as monsoon moisture tries to push north. But in fuels, this dry early monsoon moisture often means dry thunderstorms. Lightning without rain, that is one of the most dangerous setups possible right now. The National Interagency Coordination Center already has above normal fire potential locked in for central and northern Utah through the rest of August. If you are in Utah, the message from the National Weather Service and state fire officials is straightforward. Follow every fire restriction. Do not create a spark of any kind. Sign up for your county's emergency alerts and know your zone before you need it. Have a go bag ready with medications, documents, chargers, water, and pet supplies. Make plans for livestock now. When an evacuation order comes, leave. This fire has already shown it can move 9 miles overnight. Check Utah DOT before you drive I-15 or any of the state roads in Millard, Sanpete, or Emery counties. Closures can appear with almost no warning. And if you are under the smoke, especially in the Salt Lake and Utah valleys or southwest Utah, pay attention to air quality alerts. Limit time outside if you have any breathing issues. This is one of the worst seasons Utah has recorded, second or third depending on how you rank it, with nearly 500,000 acres already gone and the largest active fire still completely open. 420 people are fighting just one of them while resources are thin across the region and the weekend weather is stacking the deck against every containment line. I will keep watching the updates from the National Weather Service and the fire teams and bring you the next round as soon as it drops. If this helped you understand what is happening, pass it along to anyone who needs to know. To the crews on the Widemouth 2, the Black Canyon, and every other fire across the state, thank you. To the people in Fillmore, Kanosh, Meadow, and every community watching the ridgelines, stay ready and stay safe.